Kinarami Aghor. Before you step in, you think you are ready for Aghor. That thought is the first thing that will burn. What Baba Kinarami actually offered. Not black magic, not magic at all, not fairy tale. Tools. Baba Kinarami was not a coin-fed deity who dispensed enlightenment like a vending machine. He was a toolsmith. His kripa was not the doing of the work for you. It was the removal of obstacles so your own work could proceed without much setback. He did not promise transformation. He placed Vivek in your hand and watched to see if you would use it. The tools. 1. Vivek, discriminative wisdom. The disciple is told to keep conscience and thought intact. Assess what is given according to your own understanding. This is not blind faith, this is sharpened discernment. The first tool placed in your hand. If you are looking for a guru to tell you what to believe, you're holding the tool backwards. The cutting edge faces inward. 2. Raksha Anka, the limb of protection. The 8th limb of the Viveksa. Unusual because most traditions assume once knowledge is given, it cannot be lost. Kinarami says otherwise. The disciple can fall back if they abandon the way of life outline. Kripa is a seed, not a permanent download. It requires 4 conditions to survive. Compassion, conscience, deep reflection, and the company of those who walk the same path. You can lose this. The path does not keep you. You keep the path. 3. The koans, mind breakers. Verses 269 to 282. One who sang, did not. One who knew, really knew not. These are not riddles to solve with intellect. They are tools to break the mind's habit of outsourcing realization. The one who runs after it has not progressed. The one who remains still has advanced. Your intellect will grasp for meaning. Let it grasp air. 4. The guru as supportless support. The guru becomes the Niralam Ki Thar, the place you rest in only to discover you never needed resting. The one who appears to sit has not truly settled. The one who does not physically sit is the one truly at rest. This is not dependency. This is empowerment disguised as surrender. You will want to lean. The leaning is what dissolves. What Kripa actually is here, fairy tale, God, performs transformation for you, does the walking, permanent blessing you possess. You receive and keep. Baba Kinarami's Kripa gives you Vivek, mantra, discipline, protection, clears the path so you can walk. Seed that dies without your 4 conditions. You receive and must guard. The lineage context, what Aghor is and is not. Baba Kalu Ram, Baba Kinarami Krimkun. This is the Kinarami Aghor Parampara. It stands alone. What Aghor is not. Not Nath Parampara. Nath practitioners are welcome in Aghora spaces. Welcome does not mean identical. If Baba Kinarami wanted Nath, he would have taken Nath initiation. He did not. He took Kalu Ram. Not Trika philosophy. Kashmir Shaivism's Trika framework, Pratyabhajna Krama Spanda, is a sophisticated map of consciousness. Aghor does not use that map. Aghor dismantles the need for maps entirely. Not Vedic Sanatana Dharma. The Vedas, Varnashrama, caste duty, ritual orthodoxy. Aghor steps outside all of it. The Viveksa does not quote the Vedas as authority, it quotes direct recognition. What Aghor is a direct, non-dual, householder-accessible path that requires no institutional gatekeeping, no caste qualification, no ashrama stage, no philosophical credential. It is Nastika in the true sense, not because it denies the divine, but because it denies the mediation that institutions sell as necessary. The imperative distinction. It is absolutely imperative to understand. Aghor is not a Nath Parampara. Aghor is not a Trika philosophy. Aghor is not a Vedic Sanatana Dharma sect. These are parallel rivers, not tributaries of the same stream. They may share some vocabulary, Aghor, Avaduta, Kundalini, but the inner architecture is different. The mantras differ. The guru-disciple protocols differ. The cremation ground practices differ. The scriptural authority differs. To fold Aghor into Nath, or Trika, or Vedic Dharma, is to colonize its territory with another's geography. It strips the tradition of its specific identity and makes it digestible for scholars who prefer broad categories over living lineages. Nath is welcome. Trikar is welcome. Vedic practitioners are welcome. But welcome does not mean same. Detailed reasons why Aghor is not Nath. 1. Different guru lineage. Nath, Adinath, Shiva, Matsyendranath, Gorakshanath Siddhas. Kinarami Aghor, Kalu Ram, understood as Avaduta Dattatreya, Baba Kinaram Krim Kun. Baba Kinaram did not seek Gorakshanath. He sought Kalu Ram. The initiation was at Krim Kund, not at any Nath seat. The Parampara is recorded independently in Kinarami texts, not in Nath chronicles. 2. Different initiation structure. Nath Diksha often involves Kundalini awakening through Shaktipat, yoga disciplines, and specific Nath protocols of Sampradaya. Kinarami Aghor. Initiation is understood as death itself, the death of the previous identity, not a yogic upgrade. The Kapala, the cremation ground, the Rakta offering, these are not Nath symbols, they are Kinarami tools. 3. Different scriptural authority. Nath Goraksha Samhita, Siddha Siddhanta Paddhati, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Geranda Samhita. Kinarami Aghor, Viviksar of Baba Kinaram. No Nath text is central. No Hatha Yoga manual is the guide. 4. Different somatic practice. Nath, Hatha Yoga, Asana, Pranayama, Mudra, Bandha, body as instrument for Kundalini ascent. Kinarami Aghor, Kapala Sadhana, inner cremation ground meditation. Duni fire offerings, 5 dissolution steps. Body has already dissolved, not to be purified upward. 5. Welcome is not identity. Nath practitioners may enter Aghor spaces. They may find resonance, but Aghor makes up the whole. It's not that a Nath enters a different container, it is that Aghor is the field itself. The Nath who practices Aghor has stepped into what encompasses, not what contains. It is equally important to emphasize that although Baba Kinaram was not necessarily affiliated with Nath tradition or Gorakhnath, Gorakhnath came to the same conclusion as Baba Kinaram. He found that same place and called it Alak Niranjan. The recognition is shared. The container is not. Detailed reasons why Aghor is not Trikar. 1. Different epistemology. Trikar, Kashmir Shaivism. 3 modes knowing. Pratyabhajna, recognition. Krama, sequence. Spanda, vibration. Highly structured metaphysical map. Kinarami, Aghor, no map. The Viviksar does not build a philosophy. It dismantles the need for one. Vivek is not a system, it is a cutting tool. 2. Different relationship to Veda. Trikar claims superiority to Veda while still operating within Upanishadic non-dual framework. References Mandukya, Vijnana Bhairava. Kinarami Aghor, explicitly Nastika, not because it argues with Veda, but because it ignores it as authority. The Viviksar does not debate the Vedas. It steps outside the arena where such debate matters. 3. Different concept of Shiva. Trikar, Shiva as Prakasha Vimarsha, light and self-awareness, structured through tattvas, 36 levels of reality. Kinarami Aghor, Shiva as pure consciousness stripped of all structure, no tattvas, no levels, no ascent, just direct recognition. Tattvamasi, not as philosophical conclusion, but as immediate fact. 4. Different use of language. Trikar, technical Sanskrit, Maya, Vidya, Kala, Niyati, Kala, Raga, Purusha, precise categories. Kinarami Aghor, Avadi/Hindi verse, Koans Vachana, fierce speech. The language is anti-technical, it breaks categories rather than builds them. 5. Different goal. Trikar, moksha through recognition of one's identity with Shiva, often framed as liberation from limitation. Kinarami Aghor, not liberation from something. Oneness, ekatvam, as what was never absent, now unobstructed by the one who asked. No journey, no arrival. Just removal of the obstacle that made it seem distant. Detailed reasons why Aghor is not Vedic Sanatana Dharma. 1. Rejection of Varnashrama. Vedic Dharma, caste, Varna, and life stage. Ashrama as cosmic order, Dharma. Kinarami Aghor, Varnashrama ko Veda na Rake. The Viviksar explicitly rejects caste distinction. The path is open to the sick, the leper, the widow, the outcast, not as charity but as equal participants. 2. Rejection of ritual orthodoxy. Vedic Dharma, Yajna, Agnihotra, Samskara, sacraments, at precise life stages performed by qualified Brahmins. Kinarami Aghor, Dihuni fire is not Vedic Yajna. The Kapala is not a Vedic vessel. The cremation ground is not a tirtha for purification. These are anti-ritual or post-ritual tools, not better rituals, but tools for those who see through ritual necessity. 3. Rejection of scriptural authority. Vedic Dharma, Shruti, Veda, as a power of Shaya, unauthored, eternal, supreme authority. Kinarami Aghor, the Viviksar, is authored by Baba Kinaram. It does not claim Vedic revelation. It claims direct transmission from guru to disciple. The authority is living, not textual archival. 4. Rejection of institutional structure. Vedic Dharma, Mata, Akara, Pitham. Institutional seats with property, hierarchy, succession rules. Kinarami Aghor, Krim Kund is not a Matha. It is a cremation ground seat. The guru is not an administrator. The disciple is not a resident. The relationship is fire to fire, not institution to member. 5. Different concept of purity. Vedic Dharma, Shocha, physical and ritual purity as prerequisite for spiritual progress. Kinarami Aghor. Aghor means non-terrifying, non-repulsed. The impure is not overcome. It is seen through. The skull, the ash, the cremation ground. These are not purifications. They are demonstrations that purity and impurity were never separate categories to begin with. The core reason across all three, Nath, Trika, and Vedic Dharma, are all systems. They have maps, hierarchies, protocols, credentials, and institutional memory. They are containers that hold the practitioner. Kinarami Aghor is not a system. It is a set of tools for dismantling the container. The Viviksar does not give you a new identity as a Nath, a Trika philosopher, or a Vedic Brahmin. It gives you Vivek to see that you never needed the container at all. The Guru clears the path. You walk. The walking is not toward a system. It is away from the need for one. This is why the distinction is absolutely imperative. Aghor is not a Nath Parampara. Aghor is not a Trika philosophy. Aghor is not a Vedic Sanatana Dharma sect. It is the fire that burns all three when they become obstacles, and welcomes their practitioners when they are ready to step outside. A final question. You thought you were ready. Are you ready to have that readiness burn? Not your clothes, not your identity, not your gods. Your need to be ready. Baba Kinaram's kripa was not a reward for readiness. It was clearing. The clearing is empty. The empty is where you begin. Or you do not begin at all.